Alright, once again, welcome to another lesson that I will be sharing how to play some cool long lines, how you can develop it, how you can add some note to it bit by bit, and you are creating a very long line which you can use to do a very cool runs while you are improvising. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick up a scale, then um, make some pattern through this scale, then show you how to fix this thing bit by bit and create a long line. A long line that is very, very interesting. Very, very important. Not just to play a long line, but another thing is to make it very, very interesting. This lesson will be a series. So I'm just starting our course series today. Number one, this is part one, which I'll be showing you some cool scale that you can use to create some long lines. All right, let me get into this thing without much ado. Okay, number one scale that will be very, very important in this lesson will be a dominant scale. A dominant scale is just a 7-note scale, which we have the flatted 7 instead of regular 7. So we have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, do, ta, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So those are the notes. Then another thing we'll also include in this lesson will be enclosures. Some kind of approach note. That's all about enclosures. We are trying to wrap around some kind of notes around a target note. For example, if I want to play my do or my root, I want to approach my root, I can use some other note to approach it. For example, re, di, do, something like this. Or re, di, ti, do. But my target note is the do nouns, but I'm playing from the ninth. Then I get into my launch note, that's the target note. Okay. Or I want to play my fourth, I can use maybe 2-note approach, something like this. The target note is the fourth note now, which is the fa. So I'm playing sol, vi, fa. All right. So we'll be applying a little bit of enclosures and also scale pattern. All right. Let me pick number one, lick for us. Let's see how putting a note bit by bit to get this long line. So for example, let's try to make the scale pattern first. The scale pattern for the dominant scale that I mentioned earlier will be, I want to put them in 5/5 note pattern or 5/5 note load, something like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. I'm having 5 note there. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. And the next thing I'm having re, mi, fa, sol, la. Next, mi, fa, sol, la, ta. Next I have va, sol, la, ta, do. After getting down the scale pattern, another important thing is some cold triads. Triads are also important in creating long lines. Okay, that sometimes you analyze some long lines and you discover that it's just a stack up of triads. We are just stacking triads, and this thing is just doing magic. All right, so you also need to know some kind of triad. For example, we have do, mi, sol, re, va, la, mi, sol, ti, va, la, do, sol, ti, re, la, do, mi, ti, re, fa, do, mi, sol. Other thing is for you to know how to play your chord up to the 7th. For example, do, mi, sol, ti, re, va, la, do, mi, sol, ti, re, va, la, do, mi, sol, ti, re, fa, la, do, mi, sol, la, do, mi, sol, ti, re, fa, la, do, mi, sol, ti. So these are cool tools that will help you to create some cool long lines that will be very, very interesting. Now, let me show you how to do it. So this is what I'm doing. I'll pick the first pattern, which is the scale pattern. Right, since I'm having the fifth, do, re, mi, fa, sol, I might want to move from the fifth to the fourth, like sol, fa. Then I introduce some kind of enclosure or some kind of approach note there. Sol, fa, fa, sol. Have you seen now? I'm extending the lines. All right. So next, I might decide to say, let me just play a scale down. I'm playing a note, a scale down from the fourth down to the fifth. You saying that? I want to take it a little bit up so that I can add more and more and note to it. So enclosure. Now I'm running a scale down. Alright, I might decide to use the same enclosure I used before now, approaching the foot. Sol, fa, so sol, fa, fa. Sol, fa, fa. Then play some cool note. For example, fa. I might decide to play maybe fa, la, mi, re. Just adding that. La, mi, re. Just to have a lick. I call that one a lick. I'm just adding that three note to save as a lick. So let me play through what I've just arranged now. Have you seen now? It has turned to a very long line. I'm really enjoying this thing. Let me try once more. Very cool. I was just playing this stuff on key of G. Key of G. That's B flat concert. Wow! I've created a long line now that I can use in my improvisation. What did I do? I pick a scale pattern, then I try to include some kind of enclosure, approaching the fourth note by playing sol, fi, fa. That's the fifth, the flatted fifth to the fourth. Then I went down playing a scale, mi, re, do, ti, la, so. Then I introduced the same enclosure by playing sol, fi, fa. Then I introduced a lick, a three-note lick. La, mi, re, la, mi, re. So the older noun will sound like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fi, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, sol, fi, fa, la, mi, re. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, fi, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, sol, fi, fa, la, mi, re. Very cool. Now let me see if I can try it up. The same thing on playing it through E flat concert. So I'll be playing C on the alto saxophone. Cool. Now let me go back to B flat concert, playing G on the alto saxophone. Very cool. Then I can also try it with A flat concert, which would be F on the alto saxophone. Cool. Wow. Let me try it once more using F on the alto saxophone. That's A flat concert. like that. All right. So this is a very cool stuff that you can add it up to your kind of improvisation. Take your time. Might be something you might use a chord progression. Then see how you can stack up things. Might be some enclosures, some scale pattern, some triads. Arrange them together. Observe the chord progression so that you know how you put your note in place in right position that it will sound cool. It will sound better. All right. Now let me just pick up a backing track and try to improvise using this particular long line that we've just created. All right. Please do well to subscribe to this channel. If you've not done that, just click that subscribe button and click the notification button. It's free of charge. All right. We'll be using a backing track to practice these long lines we've just created. But this is what I want to do because I am using a backing track that is of A minor for 2 bars and D minor for 2 bars, though it's just a kind of fun groove. But I can practice 2 different keys at the same time because I have A minor and D minor. Where I'm having A minor, I might decide to play on my G. I practice on my G, like playing that long lines on G. On G, that's for 2 bars. Then when I get to D minor, I can go to C and also do the same thing. Try to practice the same thing. So I'm just like using the same backing track, practicing 2 different stuff. Or you may just use play on your C while you are on A minor. You can still play on your C while you are on D minor. All right, this is just triads. Okay. All right, let's try it. All right, first I will just be playing through G and C, G and C. Then I'll get to do some kind of improvisation, then be playing C all through. All right. That's the size of the lesson for today. Please do well to subscribe to this channel if you have not done that. Turn up the notification button so that when I post new content like this, you'll be notified. Happy shading. Enjoy.